Hey Nita, checking in with your food log review. I'm getting to a point where sometimes I don't have much constructive feedback to give you because you're doing so incredibly well. Thursday, you ate out without going over on your carbs or fats. It looks like you are now not having any issue hitting that daily protein goal. Some days you're even going over, which is perfectly fine. You're hitting that protein. That's awesome. I wrote down Thursday and Tuesday. Those protein days were excellent. Monday, I noticed you logged Gatorade. So I was wondering if you were having that craving again. Not sure what that. It's perfectly fine to do Gatorade. Don't get me wrong. I just wasn't sure, and I should have checked your notes, but I forgot to do that to see if you were having that, feeling thirsty feeling. Sunday, I loved your note about sleeping in till 9 a.m. Man, the life of a retired woman. You've worked hard to be able to sleep in if your body needs it. So obviously you needed it. So I did notice, and I think this was on Thursday when you went out to eat, you had some wine. Perfectly fine. Just remember when you go in, I can't remember if we talked about logging alcohol, but you actually have to go in and you have to tweak the carb content. So basically, let's say your glass of wine had 100 calories in it. And actually I'm going to pull that up while I'm telling you about it just to be sure, so I can give you exact numbers. So in your, let's say you did a glass of wine. And this would go for any alcohol. This would go for a beer. This would be the same for liquor, whatever the case may be. So Thursday, yes, it was generic white wine, 10 ounces. So in that 10 ounces, it is logged as 240 calories. So the macro breakdown of that was only 8 grams of carbs. So for some reason in MyFitnessPal, and it doesn't give the accurate macro count. So if you are drinking 240 calories, they have to come from carbs, fats, or protein. It has to come from somewhere. So then what we do is in that 10 ounces, you take 240, which is the total number of calories, and divide it by 4 because there are 4 calories in every of carb. I'm going to give you 60. So when you divide that out, it gives you 60 grams of carbs. So then what you would do is go into MyFitnessPal and tweak that. I think you have to go into a quick add, and then you just write white wine, serving, 10 ounces, 240 calories, and 60 grams of carbs. So taking that into consideration when you log that, just to be sure that you're still staying within that carb daily allotment. So I hope that is some good information. Let me know if you have any questions, and hope you have a great weekend, and maybe you get to sleep in again this weekend. See ya.